Introducing first, representing the pink team, Carly Zook Zucker.
North Dakota is a very small town state where everybody knows everybody. So the second I tell one person, everybody knows. So basically, I gotta win.
I mean, it's costume brawl, and the most important thing is to have a great costume. And in the first fight, I definitely think that Carly won the costume battle. First of all, because, you know, who doesn't like seeing this like cool harem thing going on? And the second part of it is that I had no clue what her opponent even was. I mean, she looked like the Little Caesars guy. I don't know.
So Stacy's costume did cover her up a little bit more than other people, but I mean, she's a bigger girl, so, you know, it's fine. I mean, I'm sure some people didn't mind.
I totally thought that Stacy was Snow White. I did not know that she was dressed up like a gladiator. Well, that makes more sense.
And now for the official introductions. First, representing the pink team, this is her MMA debut. With a background in wrestling, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing 130 pounds, and fighting out of Bismarck, North Dakota, Carly Zook Zucker. And her opponent, representing the black team, also making her MMA debut. With a background in kickboxing, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing 185 pounds, and fighting out of Fargo, North Dakota, Stacy Full Contact Lance.
Carly really has no chance against me. I am the heavyweight champion of North Dakota. I have probably 50 pounds on her, and my reach and my leg kicks are not going to let her inside. So she'll fall.
All right away we can see Zucker looking for the single leg, trying for that shot, but once she gets inside.
Keeping in mind, I had very limited time with Stacy. And I don't even know if Joel spent any time with Carly outside of maybe trying to get her phone number. The fight was a little rough. I mean, it was the opening fight, but it was a little rough.
Lentz on the outside, throwing the strikes. You can see that Taekwondo background, but gives up her back. Could be a bad position. What was that? Was that a butt strike there?
I think it was a hip
strike. Okay,
yeah, hip strike.
When Stacy kicked me, it had a lot of power behind it, and it kind of woke me up a little bit that I needed to work harder and be better. So I managed to get a takedown.
Zucker takes advantage of it and in full mount right away. Bad spot here for Lentz on her back, but a sweep to the top.
Nice reversal. I think the difference in weight might have given her a little bit of edge, getting Zucker off top there.
Absolutely. Lentz has a lot of power. She's now on top, grinding away. The striker by trade, a Taekwondo fighter, is Lentz in the black and gold. Nice to see Zucker on bottom, trying to isolate that right arm.
Oh, she gave up her back.
So the fight between Carly and Stacy went worse than I hoped.
Looks like she could be working for an little arm bar, maybe?
Zucker's in some trouble here.
Back in the mount.
I don't like what she did in the fight, though. I don't like that. She, swung at her face and, gave Carly a black eye.
Got to be super tiring for Zucker to be carrying the weight and trying to fight this off this whole time. This is going to be a grueling round for her.
Rolling, transitions, but Lentz just too much on top. She had the right arm around the neck. They're looking for the guillotine choke. Full mount, torquing on the neck, looking for the choke. Can she get the finish? Zucker in a lot of trouble here, but sweeps over. And she had to tap.
Oh, wow. She have a wardrobe malfunction there?
So I don't know if it's an LFC curse or not, that when someone has their first fight, they suffer some type of wardrobe malfunction.
So there is somewhat of a curse happening here where every girl, it's their first fight and they normally have a costume malfunction. And that just comes from inexperience.
Your first fight, you don't really know how it's gonna go. When I fight, anytime I fight, I double up on bras. I If I have to, depending on what the outfit is, I put little pasties on.
I'm not worried about it so much. I'm pretty careful. I try to make sure that my lingerie is secure enough that it won't happen.
I wasn't that worried about a wardrobe malfunction for me personally because I had, tested out a few different outfits and, did some jumping around and some sparring in them just to make sure that I would be, all tucked in and good to go.
What's up? Hey.
Disappointed. I'm a bit disappointed.
For him to look at you and just say, I'm just disappointed, you will be like, okay, so I didn't do anything right.
I didn't really hold any punches on Carly. I told her exactly how I felt, and I was disappointed. She was my first overall pick, and I've had a history of first overall picks not doing well.
You're disappointed, point, that's it. I don't think that's fair.
But sometimes you need tough love. That's how you grow.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to invite the LFC Prez into the cage. Please welcome Maxine Frost. Thank you for joining me, Miss Prez. Got a couple questions for you, if you don't mind. First of all, you have had a brief tenure thus far as LFC Prez, and yet you've kind of shaken things up. We've seen far more suspensions of fighters than we're used to seeing.
Anyone that got suspended in LFC 21 deserved to get suspended, and those are the rules, and I'm done talking about it.
All right then, moving on. Now, not only have you suspended a bunch of the fighters, but I've also noticed that the coaching staff is noticeably smaller. Are they not living up to your standards? Are they not meeting your expectations?
Listen, half of my coaching staff is really excellent. The other half is wearing a gorilla suit and is bound by contract, and I can't get rid of him.
I know that Joel is probably a little upset because I publicly told everyone that I think he's ridiculous, but he's wearing a monkey suit. I don't know what people want from me.
Well, once again, please give it up for the LFC Prez, Maxine Frost!
Text knockout to 25283 for 30 finasteride pills.
Hey, it's okay. Calm down. You can't let what others say bring you down. Yeah, because it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. And the day's gonna come when you get bigger and you show them who's boss. Until then, hang in there. You got this, little buddy.
Text knockout to 25283 for 4 genuine ED pills.
Coming into the cage now at 5 foot 2 inches tall, 135 pounds, Natasha Rattlesnake Rodriguez, sporting the librarian glasses there with a bit of a whip there in the hand.
Not a bad look. Not a bad look. I don't think she can use the whip in the fight.
No, but it's a great look on the way in. Take a little bit of look at her stepping in. You can see 0-1, as we said on her record, lost her debut at LFC 21 to Jessie El Toro Santos.
I thought Natasha's costume was great. I thought she looked amazing. Her glasses were a great touch. The tie was so sexy. I thought she looked great.
I thought Natasha looked adorable. She is such a naughty school teacher, and I would like her to teach me.
I'm sure everyone in this world can remember one school teacher who they were in love with. I remember mine. I don't want to say it just in case he's watching. He's like, oh my gosh.
Now let's meet her opponent, Julie Squeeze Ginther.
Julie came out with these weird jingle balls. I don't know what that was all about. And she was fighting with them. They're going, and it's like jingle, 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 going all over the place. It was just kind of ridiculous.
I am the world's first 3-sport lingerie athlete. I've played lingerie football, lingerie basketball, and now lingerie fighting.
Julie Ginther, 4'2", stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. weighed in at 143 pounds, making her LFC debut.
I think that Julie, she has a track record. I mean, from my understanding, she has a background, which is fine. It was a good challenge, but I think this will be a good fight.
All right, let's get it on.
All right, so it is Natasha Rattlesnake Rodriguez in the black and red teacher's outfit there, and Julie Squeeze Ginther in the
Jester
gray and red Jester costume. Interesting. They took the instructions from their own corner. Didn't even want to meet in the center there. The two crosstown rivals in Sacramento. Could there be some tension there?
I can see why she calls herself Rattlesnake. She moves around a lot.
Meanwhile, you see Rattlesnake Rodriguez getting inside, but it's the choke! Squeeze is on the back. The right arm is under the neck.
Julie Squeeze, I see where she gets her name from because she has some tight squeezes.
Can she get this choke? Rattlesnake Rodriguez looks like she's going to choke, but a beautiful slam to the ground to escape.
Incredible.
I was very shocked for how strong and aggressive she is.
Maybe going for a little triangle there?
Beautiful adjustments here. Got a little bit of an arm bar, a little bit of a triangle choke. She's got both arms trapped in between the legs.
It was a lot closer than Natasha's last fight, but it was just, she didn't win that first round.
I guess maybe I'd probably go with Ginther there. It seems like she had a few more submission opportunities and just seemed to find herself in a couple of better positions.
In between the first and second round, I wanted Natasha just to know the things she was doing right and the things she was doing wrong.
Don't hold the cage, obviously, but put your body against the cage to get up that way. Okay, don't let her pull you back in the center of the ring like that. That's what she's trying to do, but don't let her be doing that.
And how to attack the second round to continue building on the good things.
We'll see what kind of adjustments are made here going into the second round. Again, it is Rattlesnake Rodriguez in the black and red teacher's outfit, and Squeeze Ginther there in the Joker's Jester's costume.
I think the second round ended up being a lot like the first round.
I like to get down on the ground and just grab on and squeeze so they can't move.
Wow! Look at the leg squeeze around the body, putting a lot of pressure on the torso. That's got to make it difficult to breathe.
There was a couple squeezes that I was in really difficult positions to get out of.
She got put in that squeeze, and I'm pretty sure I told her before the fight not to let her squeeze her. So
she's a strong fighter.
Rattlesnake seems to be fading just a bit. Brutal knees inside. Look at that tie clinch, the arms around the back of the neck, and just drive
the flip. Wow, just about everything's happening in this fight.
I got her quite a few times with my legs, and I know she struggled a lot. She seemed to squirm out of them.
Another round in which she finished in a strong position, but just wasn't quite able to get the finish. Ken, Rattlesnake has been in trouble throughout this, but again, just showing a lot of heart to stay and survive each time.
Between the second and third round, I just had to really drill it home because she obviously didn't listen after the first round.
Whew. That didn't go as well. That didn't go as well, girl. Can't get your ass handed to you there. Otherwise, it was all right.
I don't really need him to believe in me, so it's fine, and we haven't really talked. And
there we go. That's it. She's done.
She did have to remove some of her costume in the end, and it just goes without saying when you're wearing a costume that has extra things on it, that may happen.
I was a little bit concerned about the bells though on her costume with kicking and hitting. Like she could have really put Natasha's eye out or something.
In hindsight, we probably should have checked these things because it's really not safe. It was a slip up, I guess, on our part.
But I think she was just done playing around. I mean, we know it's a costume brawl. She got the costume part down, but by round 2 going into 3, it was time to brawl.
The wardrobe has changed a little bit here for Julie Squeeze Ginther. Looks like maybe we had some issues with the Jester costume. I've got no problem with the adjustments that she's made at this point.
Oh, nice takedown.
She really does move quick. She's very, very quick and tough.
Oh, now the legs on the neck, up on the shoulders. Ken should be looking for the choke here. The scissor choke around the neck for Rattlesnake Rodriguez, pulling the head down to increase the pressure.
I saw that Natasha put these huge squares over her nipples, right?
like you have to have like that risk of a peekaboo moment, or like that's something that keeps the audience on edge. It's super exciting because a boob might fall out, and it's super exciting because girls are getting punched.
Did Natasha take it a little too far? I'd say yeah. I mean, she might as well have wrote censored over the sticker just to let everybody know, you know, nothing to see here.
So no, putting duct tape over your nipples so everybody knows that there's no chance of seeing them is too far.
Now side control for Julie Ginther. Stepping over again.
I think the third round was where Natasha's cardio really started to let her down. I think Julie kind of was able to last longer in the third round, was able to push a bit harder, and that's, I think, what ended up costing us the match.
And that's it, the final bell action until the very end of the fight. Ken, this thing was everything we could have hoped for and more.
You are right. And this might be a little bit tough to score.
So it was really an exciting fight between Natasha and Julie. It did go to decision. I thought it could have went either way.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match went all three-minute rounds, so we turn it over to our judges who scored this a unanimous decision. Here is your winner, representing the black team, Julie Squeeze Ginther.
I don't agree with the judge's decision. I think that Natasha won rounds 1 and 2 and lost the third round. I think we won that fight.
I was very excited that the first two fights went both to the black team. You know, I'm just waiting for that day when we finally get 8-0 and Joel can just, you know, I can finally fire him. But, you know, it all went downhill after that.
Text knockout to 25283 for 30 finasteride pills. Text knockout to 25283 for 20 generic Viagra pills for $29.
You've been traded. That's right. You are now on the pink team.
I'm actually really excited about Audrey coming over. I think she has a great attitude, and I'm not sure exactly why she wasn't getting along with Leon, but, you know, I think that she'll be a good team member.
Representing the pink team, Audrey, the Mongoose Moni!
I like Audrey. You know, we've trained together and everything, so it'd be interesting to actually go up against somebody that has been on my team. So we kind of know each other, so I don't know. It's interesting. It's different for me, that's for sure.
Audrey Monique is representing the pink team this evening. She did switch teams due to some conflicts with black team manager Leon Hader.
Audrey's costume was a little bit of a letdown. There's so many ways you could do a cop, and hers is kind of a fail.
I mean, she looked like a cop, but she looked like the kind of cop who'd beat your ass and not so much the sexy one.
She looked like some bad extra on a Village People album, okay? I didn't believe that she was a police officer. Nobody in the building believed she was a police officer. She wasn't sexy because she walks out with this smug face and it just says, please beat me up.
Audrey wore socks under her fishnets, white calf high socks.
She had socks on. Who wears fishnet stockings with socks? What she should have been was arrested by the fashion police coming out looking like that.
And then you had Shelly.
All right, the woman you see stepping up now in the silver and black, Shelly Aphrodite da Silva.
I don't know what the hell happened there. You know, she came out as like some sort of alien thing or something. I don't know if people liked it or not. I think she's a crazy person.
Yeah, the alien costume, I actually didn't even know it was an alien. So I probably would say that was probably the worst costume because I had no idea what she was. But I didn't want to be like, what are you? You know, that's rude. So I was just like, cool, you're something, and I'm just looking at your boobs. But
Shelly, she's always adorable, and her boobs looked amazing in that costume.
Shelly's costume, it was just funny. I don't know. It was fun. I mean, I can just actually see her in front of me right now, and that's why I'm smiling like a dumb one right now. But she was just perfect for that costume.
I'm gonna go ahead and call that one a draw. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. They were both pretty horrible costumes.
I didn't like Shelly's costume. I didn't like Audrey's costume just a little less.
You can touch gloves if you wish. Go back to your corner and be ready to throw down.
Ooh, no touch of the gloves.
No touch of the gloves there. Audrey Monique sending a message.
It's unprofessional when fighters want to touch gloves.
I know Audrey didn't want to touch gloves with Shelly, and I have no problem with that.
For me, coming from a jiu-jitsu background, that's just my opinion on the matter. I will always touch gloves with my opponent.
Again, it is Audrey the Mongoose Monique in the black, Shelly Aphrodite da Silva in the silver. Monique comes out punching right away, bouncing up and down.
Okay, so the fight was kind of back and forth. There was some rolling, there was some throwing, there was a little bit of groundwork. We had, I believe, a nip slip or two, which seems to be a Shelly da Silva standard.
This is terrible, but I'm like a boob man, so I am excited for that. She's gorgeous boobs. So I was like, so either way, I still want to kick her ass, still want to beat her up, but you know, either way, it's a win-win situation.
Oh, there it goes.
A kick there, and it was pushed away. Now, was that illegal? No one saw it. Right now, Monique is on the neck looking for the choke.
Audrey Monique didn't have such a great showing in her debut fight. So one would presume that she worked harder to perform better. And she did, I'll give her that. She threw some better kicks, she threw some better punches. Shelly has an interesting demeanor, and I don't know what was wrong with her that day.
It's funny about what people say about you, because then sometimes you're just like, well, F it. Might as well give them what they want. They already put me in that category, so why not?
Shelly got mad, and Shelly ended up on top of her and apparently bit her face.
What's she doing there? Is she biting? That does not look right. What is going on?
Oh, no.
She tried to eat Audrey. So I don't know what happened there.
That was insane. I've never seen someone try to eat someone's face.
Instincts kicked in, and I'm sorry, sue me. I'm so sorry that my instinct was to go to what I did, which was I did go to the eyes.
Shelly da Silva has lost her mind. Look at the pain. Audrey Monique writhing in pain on the floor. Shelly da Silva was fighting a good fight and then got to a dominant position and went for the bite.
Oh, then she's back at it again.
Brawl. She wanted to kick her again. Shelly da Silva has lost it.
When Shelly had her little meltdown, I did have to go into the cage. I don't know why Leon can't, Leon's a big guy. I don't know why he can't handle these things. Joel was, of course, no help because he's wearing a monkey costume, so I had to step in.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Nick Nelson has called a stop to this contest. Here is your winner by disqualification, Audrey the Mongoose Monique.
I have never seen such a thing before.
Nothing like that.
Tonight was me just showing how I exactly feel about all the crap talking, all the categorizing.
She bit her? She bit her. What the hell? Let's get her up. Let's get her up. Come on, girl. You good? You good? You help her. I can't do. I'm useless.
If somebody goes into the cage and bites someone's face, I think that's an egregious infraction against the rules and the spirit of the sport, and I think she needs to be punished for that.
I honestly think Shelly should be kicked off the league.
I have to be fair. What Shelly did, no, she should stay with the company. I mean, Audrey, she kind of had it coming.
What could possibly be running through your mind right now after being bitten on the eye by Shelly Aphrodite da Silva?
Rematch. I know that a lot of people are waiting to see what I'm going to do with Shelly after her meltdown, and I have decided to give her a 2-event suspension.
Whatever. I'm a dirty cheat. Sue me.
show on the road. Today is a day for everybody to know that I'll fight, fight, fight. I'm gonna kick some. Oh, gonna get some. Gonna kick some, man.